Hello. I am just getting myself a little bit organized here. I had a phone call just before I jumped on, so I haven't got my phone now, so I can't see who's on. So please, hey, hello, Kim, how are you? My name is Kay Hamilton, and I am known as the Courage Activator because I help you to step into your life with your full purpose and your full power. I work with beautiful young living essential oils, and I offer oil readings, and I have a conversation with you about what you can do so that you can live life with the best version of who you are possible. So tonight, hi Nick and Kim. So tonight I'm going to talk about releasing tension. What do you do to release tension? And I'm wondering if you hold any tension in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, because I think we're treading water. Hey, Kerry, we're treading water with times of, high anxiety and high, what would you call it? High stress. I know that Melbourne's in a precarious situation tonight. I've just come back from Melbourne, and I'm so pleased that I'm in Melbourne. I mean, I'm not in Melbourne, and I left on the weekend. I live in Tasmania. Hi, Danny. So you are saying, I'm assuming that you live with tension and you live with stress. So tonight, that's a little bit of focus. Thanks, Danny. So if you talk to me about what's going on, we can have a bit of a conversation around this. So what I do is I help you to get some clarity on stress and help you to release the stress so that you can then approach life with a lot more freedom of movement, a lot lighter print, and so that you can cope with life and feel empowered, which is really what we all want to feel. So I use beautiful essential oils that support us to bring our energy into harmony, because when we're in harmony, we're more empowered to cope with anything that is, coming our way. So if we don't feel empowered and situations happen in life, we are more likely to go like down with a sinking ship. And who wants to do that? My release is fishing, but you haven't been able to go. Oh, I can relate to the fact that you like fishing, because that would mean that you get out in the open, Danny. You get out in amongst nature, which is so healing and therapeutic for us. And that is one of the reasons why I absolutely love essential oils, because even if we are inside, we can bring a little bit of nature into our homes and help to raise our vibrations. So where do you live, Danny? Are you in Victoria? Are you in lockdown? Where are you? So actually lockdown doesn't happen to the Victorians until tonight. So I think what we need to do is know how to keep breathing into and letting go of our frustrations and our stress and our feelings of nervousness and uptightness, because we all need to have tools to support whatever it is that we're going through. So New South Wales, so you're probably a little bit freer than what I imagine any of the Victorians who might be here with me tonight are feeling. So I'm in Tasmania, and at the moment where things are floating along quite well in Tasmania, we haven't had any more of those serious setbacks here for a long time, which has been amazing. But when we have circumstances, whether it's lockdown or just things happen in our life that we have to face, if we're not feeling strength within ourselves, it can be very overwhelming, and it can be very debilitating, and we feel like we're not empowered. And I'm all about supporting each and every one of us to feel empowered. So what do you do to feel empowered? What do you do to release those pent up feelings, those emotions and all those things that have us holding back. So I'm going to grab a few oils here. I've got some oils around me, and the first oil that I would be looking for in this situation is an oil called Release. Actually, I went looking for it last night and I couldn't find it. I can't actually find my Release oil, but I'm going to go for one called Highest Potential. So Release is a really great oil for us to put on our liver, because that's where a lot of our emotions are stored, in our liver. And we know that we need to have a happy liver, and a happy liver is all around eating well, looking after ourselves, and making sure that we are being kind to our body. And I can see, Nick, you're talking about peppermint oil, and you use it at night. That's interesting, because peppermint oil is often one that is an uplifting oil. It's an oil that generally, for me, it's a wake me up and a pick me up oil. So this one, if I was using some Release, I would just get a little drop on the palm of my hand. I would stir it around and activate it to energize the oil, and then I would rub it on my liver. So I would get in under my jumper and I would give myself a good liver rub with the oil called Release. We also have an amazing blend called Stress Away. Now, Stress Away is a great oil for relieving stress and all that tension, for that overload. So what I would do with the Stress Away, I would also place a drop in on the ends of my fingers. I would activate it, smell it, and also take 3 deep breaths. And just when you're breathing out, release the stress that can be so caught up in our body. And the smell of these oils is absolutely divine. And then I would put a little bit on my forehead, on my temples. I would rub it all around the back of my neck, and I would breathe it in. And I also like to move it all the way in my aura to help me raise my vibrations and really let go of whatever it is that we become encumbered with, that is so what does it do when we're in stress? If we can't release things that are frustrating us, we just feel really caught up. We feel like we can't move. We feel like there's no way to move beyond it. So let me know if any of you are feeling like this, or what do you do when you want to release your tension. So I'm going to start tonight. Well, I've been talking about stress and releasing tension. I also like to start the night with a card. These are I Am Living Brilliantly cards, and I'm going to choose a card tonight so that we can thread our conversation around living brilliantly. So give me the heads up. Who wants to live brilliantly? Who wants to feel empowered? And this card says, I am beautiful, sensual, powerful, and deserving. And these are the kind of thoughts or the kind of affirmations that we need to be giving ourselves, because every time we affirm good things like this and we give ourselves some strength, we are going to be empowering ourselves. We're raising our vibration. We're filling our aura with good things, with beneficial ideas and thoughts. Because if we want our subconscious to, which is what leads the way into our conscious life, it's those little underlying thoughts at the back of our brain that tell us bits and pieces. If we want to become the masters of our destiny, we need to make sure that we are giving ourselves, it's like feeding ourselves good food and giving ourselves nourishment. We need nourishment for the soul. Hello, Christine. How are you, darling? So using essential oils, so long as they are pure and organic, these oils that I'm using and talking with you tonight, I get my oils from a company called Young Living, And I've had the privilege to visit several of our farms all around the world, and I know that we use organic practices. There's no chemicals, no artificial anything in our oils. They smell absolutely divine because they are of a high vibration, and that occurs when you eliminate any toxins in the process of growing and distilling the oils. Now, I discovered that many oils have solvents. Well, the plants have solvents put on them before they go in the still. And when you put a solvent, which is something made of a chemical, when you put that on your plants, you're actually already compromising the therapeutic value of your oil. So I learnt this when I started using Young Living oils. I had no idea really what I was doing. So using Young Living has been a whole steep learning curve for me, and I encourage each and everyone to do a little bit of research about essential oils. And if you're already buying essential oils, do some research, because I discovered that an oil can have 100% pure on the label. However, legally they only have to put a very small percentage of pure oil in the bottle, and they can still call it 100% pure. And that is because of the laws for labeling, which can be very misleading. I know we're becoming more and more aware of the food we eat and what is in our packets. On the shelf, you go in and you buy things in the supermarket, and it might list some ingredients, it mightn't list all the ingredients, or it might list the ingredients. But we're becoming really savvy now, because we want to know a little bit more about what's in our food. And that is how I feel about our oils. We really need to do our homework to support our knowledge of what we're actually doing with our oils. So hi Lisa, thanks for saying hello. Thanks for saying hello everyone. We've got the lovely Danny here. We've got Christine, Marie Clark. What oils can you use for overwhelm? Well, that's a great question. So I've already talked about our beautiful blend called Stress Away. I've already talked about release, because that's a good way to release whatever's happening. We also have another oil called, a beautiful blend called Acceptance. If I can find, I'm having a bit of a battle here to find Acceptance. Anyway, I've got it here, but here's another, because acceptance just helps us just to kind of go, hey, this is the situation I'm in, and this is what I've got to deal with. And also when I'm just reaching over to turn on one of my extra lights. So when we have these positive thoughts, we're more likely to be able to cope with whatever we've got coming our way. So another one, which would be good, Christine, for overwhelm is Believe. That's probably hard to read with that darker label. So this is a gorgeous blend that helps us just to get into a state of believing in ourselves. And I think that is what is so important, because when we have something come in our life that puts us off our kilter, we lose confidence and courage within ourselves. So that sends us hopefully into a process where we need some tools to help put ourselves back together. So my spiritual awakening happened when I was 33, and I was married, 3 children, and my ex decided he didn't want to be married anymore to me, and he left. So I was in a position that I was very desperate. I was at a really low ebb, and I was in a position where I had to raise 3 young children by myself. And that was the lowest point in my life, but it became something that I had to work through in order to gain my power back. So who here has had something that's given them this kind of big blow that's put you off your perch, made you feel very disempowered, because that's how I was feeling. And I've discovered that essential oils have been my best friend, along with lots of other modalities. But with all these other modalities that I was working with and exploring, For me, essential oils have been one of the most powerful ones, because we've discovered that when research has been done about the power of scent. Now, aroma is one of our oldest memories, and it can trigger so many things. And when we smell an oil, and here's one that Christine, I would be recommending for that overwhelm. If you've lost belief in yourself or belief in the world, Believe is a beautiful blend that's going to help you just turn that around without having to seriously go back through the dredge and the hardship. Essential oils, how would I say it? They kind of smooth things over, and they help us to open up in a really beautiful and gentle way. It doesn't always mean it's going to be an easy journey, but when you've got some tools to support you, you're going to feel a lot more empowered a lot more quickly. So I would put Believe in my diffuser. I would wear this as a perfume, smell it. You're almost embalming, or you're anointing yourself with oils. And when you bring the intention in with your use of oils, you are expanding the energetic field of the oils, and you're expanding your ability to cope with whatever it is that's possible. Christine, how about I private message you if you want to start knowing prices, because I'd have to dive into my price list, and that's a left brain thing. And at the moment when I'm chatting with you, I'm definitely in my right brain, and if I go into my left brain, that's all too much backwards and forwards for me. But Christine, how about we set up a time to have a bit of a chat? So I'm going to put in the comments here where you can find me. I know Christine has already connected with me. You can go in through my booking system there and organise a time for us to sit and have a bit of a chat, or you can private message me and we can set up a time to talk about it that way. So who would like me to pull out an oil? I've done a little bit of chatting, and I just want to remind you that this is our affirmation tonight. I am beautiful, sensual, powerful, and deserving. And if you hang around till the end of the show tonight, I might help you. I'll help you do a little bit of process on letting go of the stress and overload. So another oil, I'm going to keep talking to you, Christine, because you've asked a question. Another oil that I would recommend for those times when you're in overload and overwhelm, another one would be frankincense, because frankincense is going to help you to move on from those negative thoughts. Frankincense is going to help you to connect with the Creator, with God, with the divine, and it's going to help you to raise your vibrations. It helps to reverse all those negative thoughts. It's a very empowering oil. It's also very grounding. Another one could be lemon, because lemon helps us to let go of grief. It depends on what it is that has you in a state of overwhelm. So Christine, I'm going to pull out an oil for you just intuitively. And someone talked about having a migraine, so I'll come back to you. And yes, Danny, I do have a lot of oils. This is only some of them. If I turn my laptop around, you can see there's another whole episode of them there as well. And I've got them in my kitchen because I use my oils in my cooking, in my drinks. I have them in my bathroom. I have them next to my bed. I have them on my dressing table. Where I have oils in my handbag. I don't go anywhere else. I don't go anywhere without oils. So if we want to feel beautiful, sensual, powerful, and deserving, that comes when we start learning how to treat ourselves. And it took me many, many, many years to realise that it was important for me to be number one. So here's another very empowering oil. And this one is called Valor. Now, Valor is the oil that's going to help you to release from the triggers that the hooks, you know, those things, those hooks, those, you know, when something happens and emotionally you're on tender hooks and something comes in to compound those tender hooks. Well, Valor is the oil. It's like putting your armor on, and it brings in a really good sense of just letting go, just coming back into a state of peace and calm, but it's also very empowering. So this one is a great one for the wrists. So I quite like to put a drop, just let a drop fall onto your wrist. Sometimes it takes a little while, particularly in this cooler weather. And there's my drop there. And I would activate my wrist by just sorry, I've gone brain dead. So activate it by just rotating it 3 times, and then breathe it in, and once again put it in your aura. It's a good one for putting on your shoulders as well. All these oils are great for putting on your feet, especially around your big toe at night if you find, oh my gosh, I'm not getting a really good amount of sleep. If you're feeling your sleep is disturbed, you're not feeling restful, I always go to sleep with my tranquil oil, and I have a beautiful oil that is especially wonderful for women called Progescence, and I like to use that one at night because it really helps me to blend into a state of feeling really calm and not getting uptight with all those triggers that happen in our everyday life. So I'm going to come back to who am I coming to? Saul. I'm feeling lazy and having heaviness on the spine and lower back. Migraine too, I think. Please. Yes, so release would be good. And a good one for those migraine times is M-grain. And that one is a good one to help with the balancing of your healthy body. And it may help to relieve the pressure of that tension that can go in your head. Lavender might be another nice one for those times. What else? I would use stress away. A lot of people love to put peppermint. We have a whole wellness collection of oils. And our peppermint oils, I'm going to show you. This is a gorgeous pouch that Young Living has created for us. I've got to work out which way to go to unravel this. So peppermint is one that you can, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm going this way. So this is my collection of wellness oils. So peppermint is one that I would put on my temples, and that can help to get rid of the stress and the tension. Sometimes if I feel a little bit heady, I will just get a drop of peppermint on my finger, activate it with my little fingers, and put it on the side of my head here, and that is instantly giving me a really nice cooling sensation. So I also use my peppermint in a herb tea. So I love using a drop of peppermint, a little bit of honey, and making myself a good pick-me-up drink. So Saul, as for your lower back, I don't have mine right here, but we have a great roll-on called Deep Relief, and that is a really nice one that if I'm feeling like I've overdone it in the back area, I can just put my one with the roll-on around behind my back and give myself a whole little massage without needing anyone else to be around. So give me a heads up if you feel that you actually treat yourself in the way you feel you deserve it. How many of you feel that? I'm going to scroll down here. I can see Kerry, you would like an oil. And Kerry, my eye casts on carrot seed oil. So carrot seed oil is a nice oil that I'm just going to get my book out. It's another oil just to, I think it would be very uplifting. Let me see what my book says about carrot seed, and it says here it's a produced from the distillation of the seeds of the carrot in the wild carrot plant. It's mildly sweet, so it's going to be also earthy and a herbaceous smell. So another refreshing, cleansing. I feel like it's going to put you in a new perspective. So that one is for you, Kerry Addison. Body pain, shoulders. Well, I actually use, Danny, I use the deep relief that I was talking about if I'm feeling any body discomfort. I would also be looking at, what else can I think of? Lavender is a good oil for just rubbing and helping you just to let go and release the tension. We have an oil called Panaway. This is a great blend that is going to help with that releasing of the tension and give you some, it's like a bit of a liniment. It's going to give you some nice nourishment for anything around body discomfort. We also have some great supplements that I use. I used to have a knee that was playing up, and I make sure that I take care of my body by eating well, using my supplements. We have one called BLM, which is a great supplement for your bones, your ligaments, and your muscles. So remember, you know, when we're looking at our body, we really do need to look at what we can do to nurture and nourish ourselves. When we drive cars, we put petrol in the car, we put oil in the car, we take it in and have it serviced, whereas I believe that we need to be maintaining our health and well-being in each and every day, in each and every moment. So I believe we're all very powerful. However, I believe most of us are fairly asleep about the power that we have within. So, Danny, let me see if I can pull an oil out for you. And my eye goes to clove. And clove is one of the highest antioxidants that you can get in an essential oil. Very empowering oil. And it's a great oil for, you know, dentists have used, we used to use clove oil. I can remember Mum giving me clove oil when we were young if we had a toothache or something like that. So clove oil is quite a good empowering oil. It's in our blend called Thieves, which is a very protective oil. It's this blend has rosemary, lemon, eucalyptus, and cinnamon and clove in it. So very empowering oil if you're feeling vulnerable. I put clove on my feet every day before I leave the house. It's an oil just as a ritual or as a daily thing to nurture myself. I use our Thieves Blend, which is, and there's a whole story around the Thieves Blend. Gary Young from Young Living, who created this blend, he researched a story about what happened during the time of the plague many years ago when the plague was, traveling around the world, a bit like we've got the plague traveling around the world at the moment. And what I believe is we really do need to look after our body. We need to enhance our immune system. And, you know, we see things that talk about vitamin D and the vitamins and the minerals our bodies need. So what I love about this beautiful oil company is that we have a full range of supplements, and they all have essential oils in them. So, which is also something I think is very special. So Gary Young from Young Living, he discovered that when you put essential oils in your supplements, your body's ability to absorb the supplements is increased by 30%. And we all know that when you take a lot of vitamins and minerals, often what happens if you're taking lots of supplements, often what happens is they actually clog your body up and they're not actually being absorbed by your body. So it's very important that you know that your body's got something that it's going to absorb a lot more readily, and using essential oils in the supplements gives us that ability. So Lisa said, I have aroma oils. Are they the same? Probably silly question. Well, Lisa, I don't know the quality of your oils that you're talking about. So these oils are all aromas, they're all smells. However, the requirement of an oil to have 100% written on the bottle, it means you only need to have a very, very small percentage of pure oil in the bottle. And what they can do is add synthetics. These days, a lot of oils are made in a laboratory, and they're made synthetically. So we've been duped. So if you pick up something that what's in your shampoo, or what's in a fragrance spray in your room, if you've got the word fragrance on it, to me that's an alarm bell, because it's not an essential oil. It may have some compounds of an essential oil in. However, with these oils, we have all the compounds in the oils that are going to support us therapeutically. They support the natural functions of your body if you have a pure oil. If it's not a pure oil, they can have petrochemicals in it, they may not be grown organically. And if you're putting anything we put on our skin, our skin's like a sponge, and everything we put on our skin gets absorbed into our skin, into our bloodstream, and it just gets distributed right throughout our body. Now, pure essential oils, they act like Pac-Man, and they get inside our cell walls and they gobble up all those things that shouldn't be in our cells. They help to cleanse us from the inside to the outside. Danny, how do I use it? How do I have that? How do I use that? What was I talking about for you? Clove and thieves. So on your feet is always a good place, because we've got reflexology points on the bottoms of our feet, and when you put these oils on your feet, they get absorbed right through our feet and right through our body, just like they do if we put them on our wrists. Depending on which oil, as to how you feel about where you would like to put your oil. A lot of these oils I would put in my drinks. A lot of them I put in my food. We have lots of, this is a Young Living product. This is called Bloom, and this is collagen. Now inside this, it's a liquid drink, and that's my daily dose. And this is one of our new products. And in here, if I can read it, it has lots of goodies, including vitamin E, B6, B2, biotin, coenzyme Q10, grapefruit peel essential oil, lime peel essential oil, and lemon peel essential oil. So not only am I getting goodness from my collagen, I'm getting all the benefits of those essential oils when I'm taking some of this. Now, we have heaps of supplements that are very, very good for us. So I'm using my clove oil on my toothache. Oh, trees. Yeah, what a good idea. I got it from an Indian spice shop. Well, that's great. I don't know the quality, though. So, it's up to each and every one of us to do our research. I've actually had the privilege to visit many of our farms around the world, and I've seen how they're produced, how they're harvested, and how they are distilled. So a little bit about our company. Gary Young from Young Living, he was paraplegic. He couldn't walk for about 10 to 15 years, and he was told he'd never walk again, and he went on a fast, and he no doubt he did a lot of things to help put himself back together again. But along that journey, he discovered essential oils for their emotional value and for the therapeutic value of healing our emotions. Now, when we look after our emotions, we start to become healthier because we're happier. And as time goes on, the more we know these days, it's like there's a saying, what you think is what you are, or whatever it is that you're thinking about can be the beginning of your therapeutic well-being. So that's why using essential oils is so good because it can help turn around all those edgy feelings, the sadness, the discomforts, whatever it is that you're looking to transform and move into. There's lots of oils that can help us with all these kinds of things. And Therese, I know you're always up for a bit of a reading, and thank you very much for your lovely comments. My hair up and my earrings. Thanks, darling. Okay, I might pull out a card for some people. I might move on to my cards. I have oil cards, and these are my oil and crystal cards. If you are interested in having a conversation, I'll just put my link in again. Hi Sharon, how are you, lovely? Here's my link. So if you're not already my friend, I can see some of you people who've been following me. If you are not already my friend, reach out, friend request me, and I can invite you over to my oil group where I go live there on a Wednesday night and have a bit of fun with people there. I share education on ways to use beautiful essential oils to help with that transformation. Oh, thanks, Therese. To be honest, I don't feel pretty because just before I jumped on tonight, my sister rang, and my dad, who some of you already know, he's 95. He fell over, he broke his neck. He's in a rehabilitation area of the hospital now because he's in a neck brace. Anyway, the long and the short of it is they rang me just before I hopped on, and he's going to be in lockdown for 7 days in Melbourne at the moment till they try and get to the bottom of whatever is they think they want to get to the bottom of. So I'm not feeling great. I'm actually feeling a little bit emotional and vulnerable myself. But I love the fact that I can put all these oils on and help with that transformation process myself. So let's go to the trees and let's see what we've got for you. Turquoise trees. Turquoise is the holy sacred stone, and it benefits the whole body, especially the immune system, the respiratory system, and the eyes. It's also an awesome stone for EMF. So all those things that we get when we're sitting in front of computers. I wear a card around my neck. I wear oils. I know that our oils help to support all that. Turquoise is a stone that's going to help with that. It's a good detoxification. And the companion oils for that are Palo Santo. And here's my Palo Santo here. Gary Young from Young Living. He took him 3 years to learn how to distill Palo Santo. I believe he was the first person in the world to distill Palo Santo. And the other thing about Young Living is we only distill oils that come from a sustainable source. Now, a lot of oil companies don't worry about that. They just go in, hell for leather, chop trees down, and they don't actually do anything to renew the source that we are taking from. And that's one of the biggest reasons why Gary Young decided to grow his own herbs and plants on our own farms. So we're actually the top essential oil company in the world, and we have farms all around the world. We have farms here in Australia, we have partner farms, we have farms in continents all around the world. And Palo Santo, interestingly enough, the trees have to be down for 2 or 3 years before you can actually distill the oil. And it took Gary Young a long time to learn that. He started distilling oils in his backyard. Yum. So Palo Santo is a spiritual oil. It's going to help you to awaken to the messages. It's an oil that is going to help move off any negativity. It's a cleansing and purifying oil. So the negativity could be, thanks Danny, do reach out and friend request me if you'd like to stay connected. So Palo Santo, very uplifting, great for meditation, a beautiful oil, and good to know that we don't go and cut down the trees to make this oil. These trees naturally die off in their own time, and then after a couple of years you can use them to create the essential oil, and I think it's the wood in the middle that you need to create Palo Santo. Yes, Trees, my dad is a survivor, 95 years, and to get to this stage in his life and to have to go through this nonsense that we're putting up with at the moment is pretty tragic, and I'm feeling pretty emotional because he's just had his COVID shot today or yesterday, and I think it's a tragic thing to think that they're all going through these times. So Sharon Thomas, you've got your frankincense and your myrrh on, and you love it. Absolutely beautiful. So why did they bring frankincense, myrrh and gold to the Christ child? Well, they brought the frankincense and myrrh to the baby. It was probably bought so that Mary could put the oil around the umbilical cord. We know that frankincense is a really good supportive oil in many, many ways. So a couple of people are asking for my oil site. You can connect with me. I've just put the link there, but if you friend request me, I'll just write some names down as well, because sometimes I'm only showing up as the spiritual events directory if I comment on your posts, but I will go back and see if I can friend request you, or you can friend request me. So who else is it? Lisa. And if you are interested in having a bit of a get together, have a one-on-one, I can do some oil readings. Tonight we're just getting a little bit of a sample and a taste tester. I also channel coloured drawings for people. I'll get a couple and show you. These are ones that I've photocopied, so they're not as vibrant as the original ones. But this is the kind of work I do, and I will walk you through a process through the colours and through the suggestions of essential oils. I help you to get into your core beliefs, those patterns that are holding you back and blocking you from opening up into the beautiful flower that you have. So there's one, and here's another one. So these are personal drawings. They mean when you get together with me, I talk you through what they mean and what is going on. They're a working piece of art so that they can help you to anchor in those shifts and changes that you are wanting, so that you can feel very, very empowered. Yay, Nikki Renee, you've sent a request. Nikki, would you like I'll pull an oil out for you now. Thanks for the thanks, Therese, and thanks for being one of my followers. I love this. So Nikki, my eye for you cast upon eucalyptus. So new beginnings for you. Is there new space in the eucalyptus? Is always for me a cleansing of the space. Is it? And I'm wondering for you if there's something in your space that I feel like there's a bit of decluttering going on. Making way, an opening for you to become more expansive, because there's something around you energetically that is cluttering your space, or maybe you're feeling a little bit nasally, and maybe that's why I'm actually, because I've been a little bit emotional just before I jumped on, I'm feeling a little bit congested in the nose at the moment. But sometimes these things happen because I'm picking up on other people's energy. So Nikki, eucalyptus, a great one in your diffuser, a good one to make an aura spray. You could get a little glass spray bottle, put some water in, put some drops of eucalyptus in. I know a lot of readers like to use things like eucalyptus or rosemary in between their readings, so that you're clearing the space. Energetically, it feels like you need to do some cleansing and clearing, only so that you can then expand the your potential and your ability to be the best version of who you are. Oh, Christine, that's a beautiful garden of flowers there. Thank you very much. So, is there anyone else who would like? We've almost time up. I haven't done too many readings tonight because probably feel like I've been prattling at you all. But let me know. There's still a little bit of time if I haven't done a reading for you. How about I do pull a card out for everyone? I'll pull one of these crystal and cards. Oh, Christine, okay. Yes, so cluttered as needing to move house. You love eucalyptus, thank you. Beautiful, there you are. Thank you. It's always great when we get confirmation. So this one, I will pull for you, Christine. I was going to do one for everyone, and then I went, hang on, we're going to do a little bit of releasing, so I'll do that because I'm coming to the end of my show, my show time. I will be back on Spiritual Events Directory 8 o'clock on Sunday night, and I will be offering some of my time in service to you all again. All right, so here we go. This one is for Christine. Sage. So sage is used for clearing and cleansing crystals, homes, biofields, people and animals. This is talking about the sage that you can burn. However, I generally tend these days to use my sage oil in a diffuser because it is a different vibration. I love the diffusers because they're not so heavy in the delivery. They're just a higher, they're a finer vibration. Not to say sage sticks are no good, but it's just, this is what I tend to use as well. My oils say aroma scented. My alarm bells with those words are ringing. Lisa, I would be thinking, they're scented. Are they pure essential oils? I would have my doubts, but you can check that out from the company and see what they say, or have a conversation with me. If you're interested in knowing your oils are pure, have a conversation with me. What I do is help people to set up wholesale accounts so you can save 24%. And we have a special until the next couple of days, till the 31st. So you've got to spend a couple of $100 and you get a free diffuser and a great collection of oils. Okay, so sage is good for when you're feeling down and out. Yeah, Lisa, so you will find these smell very differently. So sage, sandalwood, lavender or basil, and I believe that one was for the lovely Christine. Yes, okay. So thanks, Christine, for your confirmation there as well. So I will head back up to who have I got? Rosie. Very quickly, I'll pull a card. So while I'm doing that, let's take some breaths in. Let's take some deep breaths and relax. As we breathe out, drop your shoulders and just let go of that tension. If you've got any oils with you, grab an oil that you like to use, something light and something that's going to help you let go. So Rosie, I've got green calcite for you. It's a crystal of abundance and vitality and finance. So are you a bit worried about your finances at the moment? Companion oils are cardamom, cinnamon bark, bergamot and patchouli. I'd also be recommending our beautiful blend called Abundance. So if abundance is something you're looking for, green calcite, and there's a few oils that are going to support you in your abundant journey. Who else? There was one more. Sharon Thomas. Lisa, you love my diffuser. Excellent. So yeah, let's connect if you want. As soon as I jump off this live, if there's anyone who'd like a little bit of a conversation, I think I've got enough energy in me for that. Yes, Christine, the green of the calcite is great for your heart chakra, and my abundance blend I wear on my heart because, and with the intention that the abundance is coming towards me, and it helps you energetically open up for abundance. So shungite, this one is for you. I'm just going to go, who was it? Rosie. Shungite, which is black, it's very protective. It's a good one for the EMFs. I am clear, pure balance in all my body and spirit now. Companion oils, clove, tea tree, hyssop and rosemary. So very cleansing time for you to make sure that you're not bringing things into your home that is going to bring you down. It's time for you to have clear boundary. I get a sense of that for you, Rosie. Lisa, yeah, you love my diffuser. This one's great. And look, you can change the colour. It goes through the colours of the chakra. You can have a candle effect. Which one's going to give me the candle effect? That's off. That's on. And there's the candle effect. It's hard for you to see it there. So this diffuser goes 3 to 4 hours, or you can set it on another thing and it will go up to 10 hours. So here, this one is for you, lovely Lisa. Ruby Fuchsite. It's a great stone for grounding, and it helps with the marriage of passion and patience. Physically supports the nervous system, aids in the normal inflammation response, and boosts the immune system. And the companion oils are lime, lemon, vetiver, and lemon myrtle. So I feel like you really need to lighten up, and you need to. The lemon is great for letting go of grief and bringing some fresh air and fresh vibes into your life. So that one was for you, lovely Lisa. So let's do a release for everyone, because I think I've covered all of you who I've seen who've asked. If you've missed out, you can come and see me on an 8 o'clock on Sunday night. If you would like to know more about oils, please reach out and friend request me. You can come over into my oil group where I stream live on a Wednesday night and share some knowledge and share my passion of Young Living oils. So this card is for everybody, and it's called Ammonite. I flow with grace and ease. So what I feel for us is we need to tune into our breath. Each time we breathe in, we're bringing in something cleansing, and as we let go, and this is what I'd like you to do right now, just let go of that tension. Let go of whatever it is that's holding you back. Whatever it is that's, if you feel cluttered in your home, let's just let go of that. This is also a good stone, the 7-color prosperity stone. So yes, it's good for attracting health, prosperity and success. And the companion oils are myrtle, mountain savory and Roman chamomile. And in those oils, they're empowering, but the Roman chamomile is very, very calming. So let's just focus a little bit on our breath, letting go as we breathe out, and breathing in some beautiful, calm, stable energy, because we need to get out of our head, drop into our heart, and drop into our center, which is in our belly, so below our navel, and that's where our energy needs to be, in our body, not up here thinking 10 to a dozen of all the things that we need to do today or tomorrow. We need to give ourselves that time to really drop energetically into our body, because then we also learn to read our feelings. And I think more and more in life we need to really take notice of our feelings and become a lot more in tune with the energy that we have in our body, because that is going to guide us. It's really you know, if we're reading our body, we're more likely to know when we're making decisions. We're more likely to know whether we're making the right decision or the wrong decision, because we in our head can tell us, oh yes, we need to do this. But if you don't kind of sit with it and really tune in to what's happening within, we can misread that, because our head is often pushing forward and you know, just, you know, we're headstrong, or we think this is what we've got to do, but really we need to come more into how we feel about things. Because it's I might think, yes, I've got to go and do something, but if I feel that it's not quite the right time to do it, sometimes we've just got to sit back, take a breath and wait, gather our energy, and move into the flow of our soul, our heart, our inner strength, because there's no point trying to push the universe too fast. Christine, thank you everyone for your love and for your comments. I'm going to say goodbye to each and every one of you. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry that I'm all a little bit congested in my nose, but I will go and deal with that as soon as I jump off here. But at least with me, you're getting the raw and the real, and not me performing and pretending I'm something I'm not. So thanks very much, everybody. I look forward to all your friend requests. Here's my link one more time for those who might just have popped in. I appreciate your time, your love hearts, your good vibes, and I look forward to connecting with anyone who feels that you would like to resonate more in the world of oils. I send you off with love and blessings from my heart to your heart. Bye for now. Kay Hamilton, the Courage Activator.